Hi there, it's T again. Sorry I've been away for a while. Been pretty busy, but I figure I have a little bit of time. Put some thoughts out there, and as usual, this will be about the election and post-election. I won't dive. I'll try not to dive too much into it, but first off, congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Kamala Harris. I'm still learning her first name. Sorry about that, Madam VP. But yeah, that was truly historic on November 7th. So yeah, this actually, to be honest, makes me feel hopeful. You know, relieved that finally we're going to get some real leadership in again. I wanted to say the Trump side, I feel your pain. Even though I wasn't a Clinton supporter, I did hope for the best, but I gave your side a chance for 4 years to prove to me wrong, and you didn't. So fair is fair. The results came in; they've been recounted and everything. No fraud or anything. You can still believe what you want to believe, but you know everything's been certified and legalized. So I know that things are going to be disputed in Congress on January 6th, but a lot of scholars and experts are already saying it's even some on your side want to move on and get on with it. So if Trump and his side or your side feel it's an unfair election, get Trump to run in 2024. He has every legal right to do it. So, but with that being said, but what Trump is doing, I feel is very very crazy, in a lot of ways idiotic. And I feel like even if he decided to run again, I think it's gonna his name, by what he's trying to do, and still contest and refuse to accept the results and refuse to concede. He's kind of damaging his brand. I think his brand's been damaged, but whatever makes him feel powerful, wherever it's a free country. So whatever makes him feel good, hey, more power to him. I voted for the other guy because I wanted some normalcy back. I'm tired of wearing masks. I'm tired of socially distancing. I had to cancel Thanksgiving for the first time ever. The last time was probably 91 when I was in the military. That's when I was overseas. But in terms of like pandemic, this is the first time ever. So my feeling is, and Christmas too. I can't even see my mom on her birthday because I don't want with the COVID cases on the rise, even though they finally got the vaccine now. So I'm happy to see that there's going to be a beginning. This is the beginning of the end of this crisis. Unfortunately, I like to call the people that don't want to heed the common sense COVIDiots that still don't believe it. It's unfortunate, and I just don't want to be on a ventilator. I don't want to see my parents on a ventilator. So back to what I was saying about Trump. Trump had his chance. He really did. He had many chances, even as late as September. And had he taken it more seriously, I think he would have coasted to re-election. However, I do think he should get some credit. He should get credit for authorizing Operation Warp Speed. So thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you for making these vaccines possible. So, and I can understand, I've done sports and I've played in contests, and it's not fun losing. But we're talking about democracy, and even though at times I feel like the country's corrupted and too many greedy people with power, I still have faith in my country. And in fact, my wife, she became a citizen because she believes in this country, democracy. So I want to congratulate my wife on her citizenship. So, um, so I'm going to try to encourage her to get involved, at least to vote in the voting process, because I want her to realize that without people like us, democracy is not possible. So, once again, I congratulate Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I think it's going to be fascinating next 4 years to see how much can get done. I commend Mitch McConnell, which I really do. He even come out and congratulated him, and he realizes, even as majority leader of the Senate, that you got to move forward. You can't keep this obstruction, as they say, going on and on. Now, the Democrats were just as much guilty back in 2001 and 2017 for doing this. So that's why I'm an independent. I don't side with either party, but so yeah, Trump still wants to, to fight the results, even though they've been certified and sealed, and Biden's officially going to be the president. I guess they got their one last stand on January 6th. So I'm definitely gonna check it out, see what the drama is. I guess a bunch of Republicans in Congress, and even maybe Ted Cruz, they're going to try to contest it. But I think it's going to ultimately fail from what I read, and I hope it does, because we need to move the country forward. We got to get through this pandemic, and 300,000 deaths. I mean, that's crazy. This could have been, if people just pulled together, didn't make it all political. By now, we'd probably be past this, and maybe even the economy would be on a rebound like it was last year. So we have to keep the faith, work together, and reach out to one another. Not see ourselves as conservative or liberal or independent, moderate, Republican. We need to see ourselves as just Americans with differences, but a common goal. And when I was taught in school, it was life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I think we need to get back to those core set of values, I think, as a country. And not so much, conservatives, they're right, or liberals, they're right, or moderates, they're right. Nobody's right. Nobody's perfect. So we need to work together. And I think that's what the theme of this next 4 years is going to be, is unity and working together. And I'm hoping Republicans, a very staunch party that I used to be a part of, but not no more, will put down their pride and work with the Democrats. And that's what I like about Biden, because it has a history of working across the aisle despite the party. And I think even though he's an insider, he's, I think, the right insider. He's the right man. This is the right time for him. Just like Trump. Now I know I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting, but Trump actually, looking back at the last 4 years, a lot of on the liberal side was going to fully disagree with me, and that's fine. You have a right to. But I think if Trump would have came more down to earth and stuck to how he was before he ran for president, I think he woken us up at least. That was a good thing to what we have to do. Foreign policy, domestic, trade, all, wide range of issues. And before Trump got in, some things of the system needed to be fixed. Immigration, how Trump went about it, I think he had the right idea, but I think in terms of detaining illegals and things, I think was not, I didn't agree with it. I think you round up the people that are coming here illegally, you process them, and then you send them back. I worked with a guy at one time named Devin. We had a little debate after the shift on this. And asylum is a very tricky thing. Thankfully, my wife and I never had to go through that. She came over here on a K-1 visa, a fiance visa. And what that is basically is you meet somebody from another country, fall in love with them, and they want to come to you and live here, spend their life with you. So, but it's pretty much, it gives you 90 days to decide whether you want to marry them or not, and go through the rest of the process. And Trump, unfortunately, his prejudices came out, and he went about it the wrong way. He had the right idea. I think even the idea of the wall, it's a beginning, but it wasn't the ultimate solution, because in terms of the wall, it's just on the surface. You're trying to prevent people from coming in, but people were digging underneath the wall, and then even parts of the wall wasn't really designed that well. So there was a lot of imperfections in Trump's border wall plan. I think it was more political than anything. But ultimately, like I said, Trump has had his chance, and only he knows why he ran for president. We will never truly know, and why he wanted to be president, why he was president. So, I still have mixed feelings about it. Half of me thinks he's going to go down as one of the worst presidents in modern history. And part of me thinks once he gets past his hate and hurt, I think he's going to go down. I think if he can reconcile, I think he can redeem himself. But with that being said, I'm just glad that it's finally going to be coming to an end. 35 more days, and he's back to being a private citizen. He'll still be on the political scene, but at least he'll be private, and Biden will be president.